Hello and welcome to the third Constitution and Law Dialogue being presented by Legally Speaking of the ITV network. I'm Joyita Basu, the editor of the Sunday Guardian. I have a very special guest with me today, Mr. Rakesh Sinha, who is former member of Rajya Sabha and author. Mr. Sinha, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Sinha, the first question, since you have been a member of Parliament, the first question is what is going on in Parliament right now?
I think Parliament is demonstrating the progressive deterioration,
Okay.
and that is very dangerous for democracy. This is a platform where there is no street politics. The politics should be based on logic, debate, and debates, facts and logic. But instead of facts and logic, there is slogans. There is a installment of the parliament and accusation each other by shouting on each other. Even the now chair, the attack on the chair also. So I think that this would lead the erosion of faith in parliamentary democracy in posterity. So I think that it is a collective responsibility to restore the dignity of parliament and have a fresh, learned debate on the issues concerning to the people, culture, society, civilization.
When we are talking about opposition, particularly one particular party, of course, disrupting parliament, the thing is, shouldn't the treasury benches, shouldn't the ruling party also be more accommodative of their demands in terms of shouldn't there also be better floor management? I mean, do you think these disruptions are just for the disruption's sake, or is it also a case of the ruling party failing to manage the situation?
No, that is not true. The foreign agencies and people can't set the agenda of the Indian parliament. It is really ridiculous that the opposition parties are taking the clue from something happening on the soil of America about a businessman. And why all these happen just before the Indian parliament session? In fact, the Indian opposition parties lack the vision and action. Therefore, their comrades in US, Europe, and other countries give them fodder to survive. George Soros had declared that he would dislodge Narendra Modi. Who is he? I always say that democracy and sovereignty are not threatened by only men in uniform, but also men without uniform. George Soros is one of his example. Why opposition is silent? Not a single opposition party has condemned George Soros. And the relationship between the Congress and George Soros has come out. Now, why not there is discussion? Because this is not a threat on Modi ji. This is not a threat on BJP. This is not a threat. This is threat on the India's democracy and infringement by the outside elements. We cannot allow the neoliberals and the neo imperialists to destroy the India's harmony, democracy, and parliamentary proceedings.
Uh, in the past also we have seen problems in parliament. There have been disruptions, but this time things seem to have reached to a level of hostility where the vice president, where the chairman of the Rajya Sabha's name gets dragged in, and there's a no confidence motion against Mr. Dhankar. So do you think this could have been avoided?
You know, Sri Jagdeep Dhankar ji is one of the most learned person in the country. He has been a parliamentarian, he was also a minister, and moreover, he is a great lawyer. He has a great knowledge of the India's constitution, interpretation of the constitution, Constituent Assembly. And during the proceedings, he brings us so many facts from the books of history, and particularly from the constitutional debate. I think it is the opposition's disbelief in the constitutional authorities. They abuse the Prime Minister, they don't allow Prime Minister to speak. They had boycotted the President's address to the Parliament. In past, Ramnath Kovind's address was boycotted by them. Some opposition parties boycotted Honorable Murmuji's address. Now they are attacking Jagdish Dhankarji. They don't have any objective issue. Subjectively, you can make allegation against anybody on the earth before the sun. I can make allegation against the sun and the moon. It is subjective allegation, but when there is a objective allegation, they don't have any issue. So they are getting exposed before the Indian people that they are the people who don't believe in the democracy, constitutional mechanism, and constitutional authorities.
But it seems even the opposition is divided when it particularly comes to the Adani issue. So, can the ruling party actually reach out? Because Trinamool has been refusing to come out in protest outside the parliament on the issue of Adani. Samajwadi Party has also done that. Can those parties be made to talk to Congress and ensure that the parliament functions properly?
You know, ruling party is not the spokesperson of the any business house. Has been tradition of the Congress, aligning with the business houses and politics being shadowed by them. He is one of the businessmen of the country. He is facing certain legal issues. He would sort out whenever it would impact the economy of the country. It would impact the state. The state would come out. The state cannot come out and parliament cannot discuss each and every problem. There are hundreds of the problems of the business houses. Some business houses have the problem in the exports. Exports, some business houses have some legal dispute with any multinationals. Then do you think that every time Indian parliament should discuss all these things? There are forums for the discuss. SEBI is taking note of that. Finance Ministry is taking note of that. External Affairs Ministry is taking note of that. Parliament is a forum where pro-people issues should be discussed. The poverty, the unemployment, the economic development, the issues like environment, India's foreign policy. These are the issues which should be discussed. And the opposition has so many things. They can criticize the government. But they are indulging in some issues which are not only destroying their credibility, they are also harming the parliamentary democracy.
Okay, my last question to you, sir, would be would you say the Congress of the past, before Rahul Gandhi became so active in Parliament, their attitude towards parliamentary functioning was different? And is it basically stemming from whatever is happening right now? It's a direct question. Is it coming from Rahul Gandhi?
No, Rahul ji is a leader of a Congress party and he commands the support of his party. So, for his party benefit, whatever he is doing, I don't have to say anything. But two things about him: he lacks the vision for the country. He has never projected or exhibited or addressed to the nation with an alternative vision. He is only protesting just like a youth Congress leader. He is not showing the maturity of the leader in the house. So I think that he is a pattern of politics and a philosophy of life, and also the process of political things. All three are in disaster. So Rahul Gandhi is harming Congress and opposition parties. And now they are realizing. That's why Lalu Prasad Yadav ji and the Mamta ji demanding that the leadership of the UPA should be changed. This is a kind of no confidence against Rahul Gandhi. So no confidence is not coming from the BJP. He is our opponent. He has right to criticize the party, government. But this no confidence is coming from their own alliance. So UPA is divided between the ruling and the non-ruling.
Obviously, I mean, pardon me. I mean, this is going to be definitely the last question. But he has forced the BJP to make Soros such a big issue to counter him, isn't it?
No, Rahul Gandhi is chairing the party which lacks the support base completely in North India. Completely, he's out. In southern states, in certain parts, in certain pockets, he commands support. The party is completely under dynasty. You see, there is not a single history When a close siblings, distant siblings, there are examples. Mother and sons and daughter. There are only three main people in the family. All three are in parliament. They too a party which has a history of 150 years, which has a history of participating in the freedom movement, which has a history of ruling this country for decades. That party is so shameless. This is a democratic shamelessness. You are
Okay.
taking the, making the mask of democracy that Priyanka is getting elected. Why not some other party worker? So you are not only commanding the party, you have made hostage of the party, and you want to make the democracy hostage. That is not possible. We won't allow. The Indian people will not allow.
Thank you, sir. So basically, what Mr. Sinha is talking about, the parliament must be allowed to function. You cannot have street politics inside parliament. This is not a student's wing of a political party. Everybody should behave and let parliament function. Thank you, Mr. Sinha, for being on the show. Thank you, viewers, for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.